Hi everyone, my name is Lawrence, and today I'm going to be teaching you about how to use comparatives in English. So let's go through the video, let's take a look. What is a comparative? A comparative is an adjective that we use to compare people, places, or things. So here is an adjective, small. Small is an adjective. And now we're going to compare this insect, this thing, to another thing. And we're going to say that this thing here is smaller. This insect is smaller than that insect. Smaller is the comparative adjective. Fast, once again, is a normal adjective. And then we have faster, the comparative adjective. So let's continue. So how do we make comparative adjectives? Rule 1. For one-syllable adjectives, add an ER at the end. So let's take a look. The student is taller than the teacher. Let's take a look over here. Here is the student. Here is the little teacher. Yeah, the student, her, she is taller than the teacher. Tall is a one-syllable adjective. Now, before we continue, I just want to make sure you know what the syllables are. What is a syllable? The syllable are the parts or the sounded parts or beats in a word. So let's take a look at what we've got here. We have over here helicopter. Helicopter. 4 syllables. Alligator. Alligator. 4 syllables. Caterpillar. Caterpillar. 4 syllables. The adjective tall. Tall. 1 syllable. It's a 1-syllable adjective. So therefore, remember the rule. The rule was, if it is a 1-syllable adjective, let me go back. A 1-syllable adjective, we add an ER at the end. So only for 1-syllable adjectives. Over here, whose hair is longer? Okay, let me move this here. Whose hair is longer? Jane's hair or Fiona's hair? Whose hair is longer? Okay. Jane's hair is longer than Fiona's hair. Now also notice this word here, than. Whenever we have a sentence with comparatives, generally after the comparative adjective, we put the word than after it in this way. Let's take a look now at the next one. This time, whose hair is shorter? This time, I want you to say the sentence by yourself. Whose hair is shorter? I want you to say it or write it down. Pause the video now. Excellent. Let's take a look at the answer. Fiona's hair is shorter than Jane's hair. We can see here short, 1 syllable, short, short, shorter, and once again we have this word here, than, which means you are comparing. Usually always after the adjective, the comparative adjective. So let's take a look now at these 2 men. Who is stronger, Bob or Ed? Now remember, strong, how many syllables? Strong. 1 syllable. I want you to write down your answer now. Pause the video. Okay, let's take a look at whether you got this one correct. Bob is stronger than Ed. Yes, I believe he is stronger. He definitely ate all his spinach whilst growing up. Ed, however, maybe not. Who is weaker, Bob or Ed? Who is weaker? Well, let's take a look. I want you now, once again, to write down the correct answer on a piece of paper and pause the video. Okay, let's take a look. Ed is weaker than Bob. Weak, weak, one syllable. Let's continue. Rule 2. Now this is a spelling rule, but I want you to know the spelling rule. It's the same rule as 1, but just there's sometimes you spell some one-syllable adjectives differently. And the rule is, if the one-syllable adjective ends in a consonant, vowel, and consonant, then we put an ER we double the last letter and put an ER at the end. We double the last letter, put an ER at the end with one-syllable adjectives that end in consonant, vowel, consonant. So let's take a look. I think you need to see some examples of this. Big, big, one syllable. Big, how many syllables? Big, one. And also, does it end in consonant, vowel, consonant? Well, first of all, what are vowels? Vowels, A, E, I, O, U. What are consonants? All the other letters. B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, W, X, Y. These are the consonants. So we see here that V is a consonant, I is a vowel, and G is a consonant. Therefore, when we make it comparative, we put a double G. Fat, F is a consonant, F, A is a vowel, and T is a consonant. It's a CVC. How many syllables is it? Fat, one. A one-syllable CVC adjective, we make it fatter. Now over here, the last one, thin. Consonant, vowel, consonant. We double the N, the last letter, and we go thinner. Okay, there are some more, of course. Let's take a look. Fit, hot, fun. But yeah, there are many as well. Okay. Which house is bigger? Lawrence's house, my house, or Sandra's house? Write down what you think the answer is now and pause the video. Okay, let's take a look. Sandra's house is bigger than Lawrence's house. Sure, Sandra has a very big house. I can't compete. Okay, this rule here is a simple rule, and I'm going to say it much more simply for you. Basically, well, first I'll read it. If the one-syllable adjective ends in E, replace the E with ER. Basically, we do not put double E. We do not do this. We do not say nicer. We do this. We do not do this. We do not say closer. We say closer. We do not say this, ruder. We say ruder, like this. So we don't put a double E. If the adjective ends in an E, we don't double the E when we put it. We just put an R. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So this is for two-syllable adjectives that end in Y. So two syllables, lucky, funny, easy. They all end in Y, yeah? Lovely. Two syllables, ends in Y. Fiona is lovelier. The Y becomes I-E-R in the comparative form. Thomas is funnier. The Y becomes I-E-R in the comparative form. Lawrence is prettier than everyone else. Prettier. Once again, the Y in pretty becomes I-E-R. You are luckier than them. The Y becomes I-E-R. Okay. These are the other ones. As you can see here, there are quite a few. Easy, easier, busy, busier, pretty, prettier, heavier, funnier, smellier, happier. Okay, let's continue now to the next slide. Which blackboard is easier to understand? This blackboard or this blackboard? Which one is easier to understand? This blackboard or that blackboard? I want you to pause the video now and write a sentence on which one is easier to understand. Okay, let's take a look. This blackboard is easier to understand than that blackboard. Make sure that if you make mistakes, you correct them in a different colored pen. Okay, let's continue. Okay, add a more at the beginning of a 3 or more syllable adjective. This is the last rule. When we have 3 syllables, an adjective with 3 syllables, for example, beautiful or interesting or important, we do not say beautiful, or we do not say interesting, and we do not say importanter. We say more beautiful. We say more interesting. We say more important. Paris is more beautiful than London. Science is more interesting than mathematics. Mathematics is more important than sport. Let's take a look at some examples now. Okay. Which cake is more beautiful? Bonnie's cake or Lawrence's cake? Which cake is more beautiful? Write down what you think the answer is and pause the video. Okay, let's take a look. Bonnie's cake is more beautiful than Lawrence's cake. I had a bad day. What can I say? I just had a bad day and it came out the way it did. Anyway, but that is it. More beautiful, and we always have than when we use a comparative adjective, a sentence with comparative adjectives. Okay, let's take a look at the next slide. Before we finish, there are some irregular comparatives. Good becomes better, bad becomes worse, and far becomes further if you're talking about physical distance, and farther if you're talking about emotions. Okay. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe this video as well. Now, my YouTube channel is Lawrence Ferro. Type it into YouTube, and my website is www.eduferro.com. I hope you've learned something useful here today, and yeah, if you have any comments, please let me know, and I'll try to answer you as soon as possible. Anyway, all the best. Bye-bye.